So, over the weekend, I was having a conversation with a group of people, and it reminded me of a talk that I had that I did a live stream a few months ago. And we were talking about if you want to be successful and what do all successful people seem to have in common. And it sparked quite a conversation. So if that kind of haunts you, you want to know, what do they all seem to have in common? Do they all seem to do? Well, then you don't want to miss this episode. Make sure you stick around. Promise? Stay tuned.
Welcome to The Motivated Marketer, the show that will give you the motivation, inspiration, and information you need to stay motivated in your online business. And now, here's your host, Jory Holness.
What's going on there, my motivated members, and welcome to The Motivated Marketer, the show where I'm going to give you the motivation, inspiration, and information you need to stay motivated in your online business. Now, just in case it's the first time you've been here and you don't know, who's this guy talking to me? Well, I'm going to solve that. My name is Jory Holness, and I consider myself a video marketing educator. I work with digital entrepreneurs, and I help them to get more leads, more sales, and ultimately more freedom in their life and in their business using the power of video marketing. Now, let me just go ahead and lower this intro. I love this song, but I got to lower it just a little bit. You know, I'm going to take it all the way out. Okay. So what are we talking about today? Well, one of the things we're talking about today is, if you've ever wondered what all successful people in any field they all have in common, we're going to discuss that. But before we do that, I am, as you see, I'm here live on Facebook, and I'm also here live on YouTube. So I'm manning the chat in both locations. So if you want to jump in and leave your comments and say hello, I'm watching that. Let me just make sure that everything is working in both locations, as I always do. Yes, everything's working great over on YouTube. Let's double check on Facebook and make sure that's working too. Yep, that's working just fine. Excellent. Like when things work smoothly. So let's talk about this. What do most, or rather all, successful people seem to have in common? This could be a huge debate because there's a lot of factors that they have, but one in particular that I really had to stop and think about, and I realized, is they all seem to have one trait, and that trait is consistency. They show up when they're supposed to. They do the things when they say they're going to do them. So I realized this with people that I would consider are a lot more talented than I am when it comes to certain things, or people that I consider are a lot brighter than I am when it comes to other things. But it also works with people that are not so bright and are not so talented. It's consistency. Now, let me explain that in terms that would be easier to assimilate, easier to understand. I had a client over the weekend ask me, listen, I want to get more views to my live streams, and I just don't know what I'm doing wrong. So we had the conversation, and after talking about for 20, 25 minutes, one of the things that I got was this person's stream was erratic. It was all over the place. What I mean is, the person didn't have a set time. They just went on when they felt like it. So, whereas they give great content, and that can work, what I was telling the person is, well, you really need to be more consistent, and they weren't getting it. So I asked them, well, do you have a favorite TV show? Yeah, the person said. And I said, okay. Do you have a favorite radio show? They said, no, I watch more TV. I said, okay, well, what time does this show come on? And of course, they went and told me, well, not just one show, but a bunch of shows. And the times and schedules. So it says, oh, okay, so you can make sure that you're there every Tuesday, 9 p.m., and every Wednesday at 10 p.m., and every Thursday at 8 p.m. Interesting. Okay. But you can't find the time for your own show, your own stream. Interesting. So whereas this person could watch TV and get something from it because it's instant gratification, it's entertainment that they're getting, doing their live stream is much more important. It's going to move the needle closer to the outcome that they want. When I explained it that way, they got it. So one of the things I want to talk to you about is no matter what you're doing, whether you are writing blog posts, whether you are doing a podcast, whether you are writing articles, no matter what it is that you're doing, you need to be consistent. And you need to let your audience know when they can expect to see more of this content from you, regardless of what the content is. So, for example, take my show. Every Tuesday at 8 p.m., come rain or shine, I am here. Consistency. I want to make sure that I am here for you. This is the same thing that you should be doing in whatever your business endeavors are as well. Here's another good point. If you say you're going to be somewhere at 8 p.m., and listen, I get it. Life happens. Sometimes things get in the way. Sometimes I will start the show a little late. Sometimes I will start a little early, but I'm always here. Same thing goes on in life. Okay, we're not a multi-million-dollar network that has a staff of 1,500 people on call, and we can just have them all make this work like magic every day at the set time that we choose. I get that. But you really need to be consistent with what you're doing. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. What do you feel about this? What people do you see in your field that are consistent? They're constantly showing up. They're constantly being there for you, just in case. Let me know in the comments below. Let me just jump on over and see if there are any questions. Nope, there's no questions on Facebook. And I'm going to double check on YouTube. No, there's no questions at the moment. That's totally fine. Just in case, though, I want to make sure that I am here to answer the questions. So yeah, I'd really like to know from you, what do you think about this? What makes this work for you? How do you feel about this? Because I know a lot of people, they have a problem with this. They just can't seem to carve out that little slice of time for them. And then they want to know why people are not downloading their lead magnets, and they're not coming to their live shows, and they're not doing X, Y, and Z. It's because you're not consistent. I mean, you know, I understand you might want to do your live stream at 4 a.m., but who's up at 4 a.m.? And the people that are up, are they your target audience? And if you're going to do it at 4 a.m., and if you enjoy doing it at 4 a.m., hey, by all means, continue doing it at 4 a.m. But you got to make sure that these are the people you want to reach, and then you got to be consistent. Always at 4 a.m. So let me know in the comments below what you think. I'd like to hear that. And as always, before I go, I would like to leave you with this last message. Once again, thank you so very much for spending your valuable time with me. I do so appreciate it. And remember, no one has the exact same skill sets as you, because you are unique. And it would be a shame for you to take those unique gifts with you to the grave, never having shared them with the world. Don't rob the world of your greatness, because guess what? You are unique and your voice matters. Let me help you to share your special gifts with the world. Once again, my name is Jory Holness, the Motivated Marketer, and I will see you in the next episode. Take care.